Alright guys, in this video I'm just gonna go over real quick before I do the part 1 through part 4 videos on the YouTube. I'm just gonna explain some things before you watch these videos, so that way it's not as confusing. Now the screws for this I really didn't highlight in the videos at all. I really couldn't be bothered, plus I was missing some screws in my kit when I first got it, and so I'm just going to go ahead and explain that now. Now, in the paperwork you get, you can see you've got a photo of the main board here. Everything on this board is silk screened. Fan location, you know, fan 1, fan 2, X motor, Y motor, Z motor, both of them, etc. Every last one of the cables that it comes with are all labeled, so when connecting to the main board to its electronic component is very straightforward. Instruction wise, it doesn't come with instructions at all. It doesn't come with any. They expect you to actually go to their YouTube page, and they have steps 1 through 5 on how to put this kit together. I tried to watch their videos on their YouTube when I was trying to put this together. I really couldn't stand the super white background that they had surrounding the video, and I really couldn't stand the camera shaking, so I just said, screw it, I'll put this kit together by myself. I couldn't really be bothered about it. When you do get your kit, make sure that you go through all of your parts lists and make sure that you have everything in your kit. It even shows you a little problem solving diagram here, and if you're missing anything in your kit, make sure that you contact them. Again, I couldn't be bothered, so I just went ahead and just went for it and built the kit. And let me go over one thing right here. Okay, in my kit, I actually had the upgraded hotbed fixed aluminum plate, which was a little confusing because in their most recent videos it doesn't have that actual bed, so that's one thing to look forward to. Here it shows the aluminum plate and the hotbed plate as two separate things. In my kit, the aluminum bed and the hotbed, it's the same thing. It's actually one piece. Tool wise, it comes with every single solitary tool underneath the sun that you possibly ever need. There it is right there. That's all the tools it comes with. It even comes with an 8GB flash drive and the casing. It's actually a micro SD card, and it's housing for it. And this is all the stuff that's left over. Now, all the bolts that you ever need to put this together, and listen carefully, is these right here. It's the M318 screws and the M3 nuts, and it gives you a bunch of extra parts too, as well as these bigger ones are for the threaded rods to keep the frame together here, as you can see. And on this spool holder as well, even comes with a wrench for the larger size nuts, and it comes with the M330 screws here, which I actually used for the display, the longer screws, and it even comes with the nylon spacers as well. But mainly it's the M318 and the M3 nuts pretty much dominate this entire kit when trying to put the frame pieces together, which you can clearly see in my video how to put all this together. I'm just letting you know the screws that go where. Now, I did notice in mine, make sure that these nuts are tightened down. This already comes pre-assembled on this Y-axis support here on both of them, but make sure that these are nice and tight because mine were loose. So double check that. On the wire loom that you see right here, it comes with ample amounts of wire loom, so you can go crazy with it however you want. And it also comes with extra pieces just in case you break any, like these in-rod back plates right here that actually keep these smooth rods in place, which you'll see in the video as well, right here. Now the way I attached this cable is this cable comes around here. I attached it up here. You could probably go on the back side if you wanted to. I don't think it would hurt anything. And also I opted to not loom this wire. This is the wire that goes to the display. I just couldn't be bothered on that either. Now in your kit will have coarse screws. Really coarse screws. Those are for these bearings here and for the plate as well. It comes with wing nuts, the springs for your hotbed. That was pretty easy to figure out right there. When putting your G-belt in place, this part right here was a little tricky just because if you've got fat fingers trying to get in there and put the belt in, if you put the belt on and you find it's too loose, don't worry about it. You can always go back, loosen up the screw here, pull it tight, and tighten up the screw. You don't want it too tight. If it's too tight, you'll definitely be able to see it. Maybe not see it, but you actually definitely be able to feel it. But make sure it's tight, but not too tight. And definitely make sure it's not loose. If it's too loose, when you go to make your prints, you'll notice that it's not going to be completely, let me show you right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if your belt is too loose, see the roughness right there? It'll have a lot of jitters in it, and you just want it to be nice and smooth, but you can see how rough that is. So make sure that your belt is nice and tight. And you can see right here, again, like I mentioned earlier, all of the cables, every last one of them, are labeled exactly where it goes. I mean, it's super straightforward. You don't have anything to worry about there. And you can see I could still loom a lot of this here. I can put the looms on it and stuff, but I was messing around with it and experimenting with it. And another thing to notice with the Z-axis, make sure that your wires that are part of the Z-axis, like the stepper motors and stuff like that, make sure that it's loomed up to where it's free to move up and down. You don't want to go crazy looming up the wires and realize that, hey, you've got a bunch of extra wires that really can't move up, and when you go up, it's going to rip your wires out and cause bad stuff. These threaded rods that go from back here to the forward to keep the this part going forward, I went flush back here on them. And this is how you know if you're symmetrical in the front, is these, when you've got the end stops on the back, you'll notice how flush it is through here. So you just adjust the nuts until both of the threaded, both of the polished rods are flush with this. Then you can put the end stops over and tighten them down. And let me make sure that I'm not missing anything. That's pretty much it. Oh, and one more thing. As you can see in the video, I used the threaded rod for the 3D printer spool holder because it was fixed length, and basically I put the threaded rod here, adjusted the lead screw to where the threaded rod was stuck in there, and I did the same thing. so that way you can, when you go to put these rods in there, they're perfectly level all the way across. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it's a very straightforward kit. I hope you like the videos. I hope they're easy to follow. If you have any questions, leave me comments down below. And thanks for watching.